No hire will be forever, no matter how much you might wish that were true. Pretty much every person you hire into your company will be there for a season. Now, that season may just be a few months or several years, but that doesn't mean that hiring is pointless. You will grow, your team member will grow, and your business will grow through the contribution of their energy during that time. But I know if you've never hired before, or perhaps you're just starting to grow your company through hiring, it can feel so huge to find someone with solid skills that you feel like you can trust. It's very easy to get strongly attached to those early hires. I certainly remember feeling that way about the first assistant I ever hired. Roshan was lovely, and she worked with me for over a year, way back in 2007. And I can still remember the day that she gave me her notice that she'd be leaving. It was heartbreaking. It literally threw me off so much. I was so emotionally ungrounded that I fell down my front steps. I still have a small scar on my shin as a memory of that day. But my world moved on, and so did hers. And many more amazing people have entered and left my companies in the 14 years since then. And that's why I want to help you start shifting your perspective about hiring. If you've decided to walk the road to become a visionary CEO for your company, then this video can help you avoid some of the pitfalls that come from hiring and team member departures. It's definitely true that some people will enter your company and just be so amazing that you will be thrilled to have them stay as long as possible. I've had team members stay for years, and there are even some team members I hired for my previous company, Living Peace Professional Organizing, that have continued to work for that company for over a decade, even after I sold it. Those people are gems, and many of them have also become dear friends. But in this video, I want to talk more about a different type of hire, which I think many CEOs and kick-ass bosses sometimes underestimate: the transitional hire. Sometimes, as your company is growing, there will be a period of transition when a very specific set of needs arises that the company has to fill. To give you a better sense, I want to share a story from a client of mine. Now, his company had experienced a ton of growth in a fairly short period of time. And there was a lot of friction and some growing pains with particular members of the team. The CEO was struggling to hold things together, and we realized that the best next step for him and for the company's growth was to hire a chief operations officer, a role that had previously never existed in his company, and which would take some significant strain off of him personally. Now, the CEO had a vision in his mind of the person that he wanted. And honestly, he was kind of looking for his own replacement at this point because he was struggling so much. However, as he interviewed candidates, who arrived as an option? Someone with decades of experience and, in particular, skills in managing and, as needed, transitioning out team members who aren't pulling their weight. Now, what he wasn't? A good replacement for the CEO. But after many discussions together, I helped my client, the CEO, to recognize that this was the right guy for the moment. He might not be the ideal guy for the long term and fit the CEO's vision for this position over time, but he had the skills needed to get the company through the rough period they were in. What happened? The new COO got hired. Their systems got streamlined. The challenging team members were graciously transitioned out and replaced. And my CEO client took a 4-month sabbatical. And this is all while the company had one of its best years ever during the pandemic. And now, over a year later, for a variety of reasons, that COO is gracefully transitioning out, and my client is hiring for his replacement. Someone who will be an even better fit for the company longer term. Now, I share this story with you because it's a perfect illustration of hiring for the needs of the company first, and being comfortable with the fact that some people may simply be transitional hires. They're there to help during a period of growth or challenge, but not someone who's going to stay for the long haul. When you approach every hire as if you're planning for this person to stay forever, then you're almost inevitably setting yourself up for a lot of pain and challenge, because people change, their needs change, and even more likely, your company's needs change. That's when you realize that the person who was the perfect fit for a certain phase of your company's growth simply isn't the right person to carry it into the next phase. Just like a tree sometimes has branches that fall away or need to be pruned off to stay healthy, the same will be true for your business. As you become more comfortable and confident in your role as the visionary CEO for your company, then you'll learn even more fully how to keep the company's needs foremost and how to make even the challenging decisions about hiring and replacing team members and adjusting roles and responsibilities when the company's needs shift. So, if you're recognizing that it's time for you to step up and learn more about how you can grow into and own your role as the visionary CEO for your business and your life, then you'll want to head on over to chosencourse.com/I want more to dive into the Road to Inspired Action video training series. That's where you'll learn to escape the exhausted entrepreneur trap and finally become the visionary CEO that you are meant to be. Ready for a new chapter, Freedom Lover? Let's make it happen.